right, so let's finish up 2.2 day 2 notes, which is the calculator portion. So if you look, it starts with given a function. It's a cubic function. It has an odd degree, positive lead coefficient. So I already kind of have an idea of what it looks like. But if I said find the x-intercepts by factoring it, this looks horrific. So we have to realize that that's why we're using the calculator for this one. Okay, so to start off, you're going to hit y equals. And because anytime we want to graph something, we go to y equals. All right, now I'm going to hit x. X is located below the mode button. It says x, comma, t, comma, theta, comma, n. It's basically any variable. The caret button to do to the third power. Make sure you get out of your exponent by using the toggle to the right button. Minus 2.91x squared minus 7.668x minus 3.8151. Now, if I hit graph right now, the regular negative 10 to 10 graph paper is going to show up. I don't know if my graph's going to fit on that or not. Let's find out. Graph. So you can see that the end behavior that I was imagining in my head did pop up, but I'm missing like the bottom part of the graph's chopped off. So I want to fix my window, okay? Because this screen right here is called your window. I need to make my y values go much lower. So I'm going to hit window. I'm going to go to y minimum. And right now it's at negative 10. Let's change it to negative, let's do 30. And if it doesn't, like if I didn't pick a number good enough, then we'll change it even lower. Hit graph again. Oh, perfect. Okay, so I can see the bottom of my graph now. All right, so first I'm going to do is a sketch over here of what it looks like. So there is my x-axis, here is my y-axis. And then I know that my graph, I'll make that in blue, that it hits around here, that's a 0. And then it hits around here, that's a 0. And then it hits around here, that's a y-intercept. I'm trying to use the same idea of what I usually use to do this, right? Okay, so I'm going to come up to this, bounce off of it, go through this, come through, come back up. All right, so also I know that my graph goes on and on forever in both directions. Your calculator doesn't put arrows on the end of things. All right, my window, I never change my x's, so that's negative 10 to 10, not 11. And my y's, I changed to negative 30 to 10. Okay, find the x and y intercepts correct to 2 decimals. So I'm going to start with the x-intercepts. So the x-intercepts, remember another name for these are zeros. Your calculator will find zeros. What you're going to do is you're going to hit second, trace, which is what you're actually trying to get is the word calculate up there. Option number 2 is zeros. You're going to toggle down to it and hit enter. Okay, so in order to find it, I want to find the first zero. I'm going to find this one right here, and I'm looking at my calculator screen, but I can't draw my calculator screen. So what I'm going to do is this cursor right here, this toggling, moving cursor here, it says at the bottom that I need a left bound. So I need to be to the left of the 0. Right now I am, so I'm going to hit enter. Now it says I need to be right bound, to the right of the 0. So I'm going to keep toggling until I'm to the right of that 0. So now you can see the cursors to the right of it. I hit enter. And then it says, should I guess? And it's like, yeah, that's why I'm doing this. And hit enter. And now it's thinking, and it's telling me that my 0 is at negative 0.899999996, comma 0. So first off, before we actually finish this here, I'm going to change this to 3 decimals, 3 decimals, 3 decimals, because in pre-calc, we always use 3 decimals. This is the only worksheet that doesn't say to do it. Whenever you're doing book work, 3 decimals is what we want, even if it says 2 decimals. The only time 2 decimals is what we want is when we're talking about money, like $5.26. Okay, so x-intercepts. I have 1 right now, so I'll do x in blue. Negative 0.900, comma 0. All right, 3 decimal places I'm rounding to. Okay, let's find the other one. Second, trace. Option number 2 is 0. I'm going to get to the left of it, so I'm going to toggle until I'm closer to it. There, I'm to the left of it, hit enter, And now I need to get to the right of it. I'm to the right of it now. Notice I am like above and below also, but moving to the graph's moving to the right. So enter. Should I guess? Yes. 4.71. And then, oh, notice it says 2e negative 12 for my y value. Realize if you wrote that down, that's scientific notation, 2 times 10 to the negative 12th power. That's moving the decimal 12 places to the left. So that's 11 zeros, 0.11 zeros too. It's just a pixelation error. Whenever you see that, it means 0. So my other one is 4.71 comma 0. So notice that's probably why it says 2 decimal places, because that one was 2, but we'll just leave it. Okay, now let's do our y-intercept. There's multiple ways to get your y-intercept. I personally believe the easiest way is that if you want to input an x value and you want to output a y value, all you have to do is hit the trace button. And then just hit the x value you want. So I just hit the trace button and keep hitting it over and over. And then whatever x value you want. The x value of 0, and there's a little pixelation here that says x equals 0 right there, and hit enter. And so it tells me what my y value is. So that's 0 comma negative 3.8151. So that's not the only way to do it, but I will show you a different way in another set of notes. I'm not going to show you a bunch of ways here. Okay, next determine if the x-intercepts are odd or even, and then, or if they have odd or even multiplicity, my bad. All right, so we'll do this one and then this one here. Okay, so this one bounces, so that means that it's even. This one crosses, that means it's odd. Next, find the power function of the graph that resembles the value. So that's just the parent function. What's the parent function of this? F of x equals x cubed. Determine the number of turning points. You can count them. 1, 2. Determine the local max and the local min, if any exist. Correct to 3 decimal places. So I have a local max right here. I have a local min right here. This local max we already found because it's the 0. As a reminder, that was negative 0.99900. Okay, so the local max is the y value, remember? So the max is going to be 0. Min, I haven't found this yet, so let's go ahead and find that. So I'm going to hit second, calculate. Once again, option number 3 is minimum. So I could have used maximum to find that other one, but I already did it. Like that's what it is. Hit enter. I want a left bound and right bound again. So I want to be on the left of the minimum. Done. I'm going to be to the right of the minimum. There, that's good enough. Should I guess? Yes, please. So it's telling me this point is at 2.840, comma, negative 26.157. So the min is the y value, remember? Negative 26.157. Next, find the value of the function when x is negative 10. Correct to 3 decimal places. So remember, nice easy way I showed you how to do this is that if you're inputting an x value to get a y value, all you have to do is hit trace and then type in that x value. So negative 10. And this right here, right to the, I can't circle it and you can't see what I'm pointing at. But this, it looks like 2 little dots equals negative 10. That's actually an x. It's just not showing up for some reason. Hit enter. And it tells you that y is negative 1,218.135. Last one, find the value of x for which y is 3.5, correct to 4 decimal places, and change that to a 3. Okay, so when they give you a y value, what you need to do is you need to graph that other y value. So I'm going to go to y2, and I'm going to graph the line y equals 3.5 and hit graph. So you can see that intersection is the answer. So I want to find that intersection. Okay, so I'm going to hit second, calculate. Option number 5 is intersection. I'm going to get closer to it. So first curve. I'm on the first curve right now. It's the first equation. second curve. I'm on the second curve right now. It's a second equation. Should I guess? Yes. And that is the point, 4.817, comma, 3.5. So it's 4.817 is my x value. So hopefully you were pausing and practicing as we were going through that. If you're like, nope, I didn't try it on my own, no one learns this from just watching. So please make sure, get out your calculator, go through it again, and try it along with me. All right,